Continuing our tour of the most expensive outdoor spaces, we're off to Nevada to see a one-of-a-kind pool that rivals any in Vegas.
Today, you're seeing one of the most amazing pools in all of Las Vegas.
This Vegas Oasis sits on a 10-acre compound that features everything from an amazing home theater to a 20-car garage and a rifle range. But the pool is definitely the hot spot of this outdoor space.
This is the greatest pool on the face of the planet. The first time I saw the pool, I just went, wow, how can there be something so spectacular in one place? First of all, you can see over here, we designed the pool so that you have 4 feet on the shallow end so people can stand and enjoy themselves with their cocktails. And we also decided we were going to make it 12 feet in the middle. And that's because if you look up to the top here, you're going to notice that they have a great platform so the kids can go cliff diving. We actually have jetted tubs so you can sun yourself without having to bring chairs. We've got a 40-foot water slide. We have indoor and outdoor showers. We have a grotto. It's got the surround sound. It's all lit up at night. It's just a pure paradise. And what a great, great way to entertain.
But the owner didn't just build a massive pool area surrounded by rocks. Inside, he constructed a pool house, complete with a bar area, living room, and a full bathroom.
The owner actually spared no expense for this. The structure that we're seeing today is probably more expensive than most of Americans' homes. We wanted to integrate some fun into this yabba-dabba-doo kind of resort. This is like a large mammoth right here. With a long tusk, you can see some of the ribs going through. The owner himself, he wanted a safari feel. And he kept saying, well, how do I incorporate the elephant? How do I incorporate the mammoth? How do I give it just that je ne sais quoi feeling of actually being in the environment and being in the moment? Yes, you have cascading waterfalls and 40-foot slides and splashing elephants. But then behind the scenes comes all the equipment and everything that it takes really to run a big monstrosity as this. He has 4 full-time staff just to maintain the equipment and all the surrounding landscaping. You have maybe sometimes $3,000, maybe sometimes $5,000 worth of electric bills just to keep it heated. So it's very, very expensive to maintain something like this. Now, a lot of owners have man caves. This owner took it literally. He felt like, hey, why not? Let's have some hieroglyphics. So we even had them custom painted all along the walls. And just when you think you have seen it all, there's more. Not only did he make it a cave, he actually has gold veins going down, like he struck gold.
Just when you thought you'd seen it all, the owner expanded the space to include a living room and a bathroom.
Beautiful, complete, custom, and if you look down, it even has a step-down shower that wraps around like you're really going through the caverns.
The last spot in this Vegas Oasis would be a dream for any golfer looking to improve his game.
There's a private driving range because the owner felt like he wanted to be able to hit the ball whenever possible. It's fully automated, and at the touch of a button, you're playing golf. When guests come over to the house, a question that comes up a lot of the time is, oh my gosh, how much did this cost? The most expensive part was just the man hours. You can imagine 2 years to build a pool, the landscaping itself with all the beautiful imported flowers and the trees and the palm trees, astronomical. It's not $1 million room, it's a multi-million-dollar room.
Next are 2 outdoor spaces any luxury resort would love to have.
Rather than having his house in a golf course, he practically took the golf course into his own home right by here.
Yeah, he really did, right?
So I'm strapping myself in, and we're gonna go up, have breakfast.
Continuing our tour inside the most expensive outdoor spaces in the world, we visit Bradbury, California to get an exclusive look at one of the most extravagant backyards on the West Coast. And this property is enormous. Taking up 30,000 square feet of space, it features 14 bedrooms and 20 bathrooms. It's also one of the largest properties in Southern California. Peggy, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for showing me this place. I mean, it is beautiful. Just to walk up here is breathtaking, and the views are amazing. So how much for the landscape total?
I would say it's about 800,000.
So the landscape is about 800,000 with just
I
bringing
would
all
say
the
at least.
fruit trees and
At least.
all the palms and
Correct.
everything.
Correct.
Wow, that is a ton of money to spend on landscaping. The owner created an outdoor area consisting of 3 levels. The first level has the pool and an outdoor barbecue dining area. The second level has a sports area. And finally, the third level, a Japanese garden. But the first stop is always the massive resort-style pool that cost well over $1 million.
This is the $1 million room we're talking about.
Oh my gosh, this looks like a resort. This is not a residential pool.
That's a spa on top.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a water slide.
Oh my
And there's
gosh,
6 individual waterfalls.
this is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, so you have the hot tub right here, which is super cool. And then you have the water slide, which you go down right in here. That's amazing.
Adults enjoy it.
I would think everybody would enjoy it. And no expense was spared to create this top-of-the-line kitchen area.
So we got sink here.
Uh-huh, so you have the Viking refrigerator down
Right.
here. Wow,
Viking
this is bigger than my kitchen at home, and it's outside. Let's check out the lower level. I mean, we keep going down level after level, but we're not even close to getting down to the bottom yet. And in case chilling in the pool isn't your style, you always have the option to hit some tennis balls on this custom-designed court.
I mean, how many tennis courts you have that has such a nice, spectacular view, right?
This is great. Do you play tennis?
I do.
You do?
I do. Not very well.
You stay over here, I'll go to the far court. Oh, yeah. I don't think Peggy's that good. If I get the next point, I get to use the house for the weekend. How's that?
Remember, I'm on high heels.
Even though this looks like your average tennis court, the owner spent over $250,000 leveling the land to design the space. Great game, great game. Now what do we get to see?
Golf.
Let's go do golf. Come on. This house has everything. A little further down the mountain, the owner built his own private golf course to continue the outdoor sports experience. It's so peaceful down here, you know? I mean, you have your practice hole, but then you also have the garden right down there. Does the owner golf a lot?
I would say rather than having his house in a golf course, he practically took the golf course into his own home right by here.
Yeah, he really did, right?
Don't you think?
And you keep getting different views every time you come down a little bit farther. If I get it on the green, I get a weekend stay here, okay?
Yes, you do.
I'm trying to win this weekend stay.
Yes!
Oh, shoot. Oh.
Is that right by the swimming pool or inside the swimming pool?
I think that's in the swimming pool. Okay, I won't be golfing here anymore. I have to go home now. And for some zen downtime, the owner custom built a Japanese garden at the very bottom of the property. So, what was the reasoning behind building this whole garden?
I mean, how many people really having their own park within their own home?
It looks like a nice little park.
Right.
And the neat thing about it is there's all these different areas. There's all these different walkways, and then all these different paths and stairs. I mean, this is really like just a zen area. It's very peaceful. It's sunk down into this little valley. You can't really see the house. You can't see anything else, and it's just very with nature. So what do you think it cost for all of that outdoor space?
I would say it's at least a good $15 million.
Really?
Just the outdoor space.
Oh my gosh. But the thing is, you can really see it. You know, you can see it in the Japanese garden. You can see it where the pool is at with all the waterfalls. You can see where the tennis court is. So you're not really thrown off completely by that number because it just takes up so much space.
It's relaxation, it's entertainment, it's about the beauty of nature. For somebody that actually spend a day here, you just don't want to leave.
Pirate's Ship and Golden Treasures are the main features of these amazing outdoor spaces.
The mast is actually climbable, and you get to jump off from the different levels depending on how brave a pirate or how brave a person you actually are.
There's 2 tunnels in the estate, and when you go into the tunnels, they're wild because they look really like mine shafts.
Next on our tour of the world's most amazing million-dollar outdoor spaces, we're off to Boulder City, Nevada to see a backyard that was inspired by a homeowner's love for adventure.
This is our $1 million backyard, and welcome to Pirates Cove. The theme doesn't take too long to figure that out. Pirates, pirates, and more pirates.
Brandon and his family decided to build a world-class theme park consisting of various waterfalls, slides, bridges, and a giant pirate ship.
As you can see, it's a normal little neighborhood, and then nestled up here is what we've kind of designed as our own little paradise. This is our pirate ship here at Pirates Cove. This kind of gave us the inspiration to everything else you see around us. So this pirate ship was an unbelievable task. It took about 1.5 years of a crew constantly working on it. The cost on it was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars just for the pirate ship. It's one of those things that you'll never see anywhere else, and you get that authentic pirate feel like you're a little kid again. One of the first things you'll notice as you come down and you step onto the deck of the pirate ship is that you need your sea legs because it starts to move immediately. And what we've done is we've installed a hydraulic floor that rocks and actually has authentic creaking sounds. We're standing right above where the water slide actually winds through the entire pirate ship. These cannonball holes look down into more pirate treasure that's on the pirate ship. And it also, you can see the people going through on the water slide. Behind me here is an authentic 45-foot pirate mast. It goes all the way up. The mast is actually climbable, and you get to jump off from the different levels depending on how brave a pirate or how brave a person you actually are. When you're up there, it looks like you're jumping into a bucket because you're so high. This pool is so big. This is a 50,000-gallon pool, and it's about 15 feet deep. But when you're up there, it looks like you have this little teeny spot. That's why we painted that skeleton on the bottom. X marks the spot, and that's where you're supposed to land because you need every bit of that 15 feet. This is the Buccaneer Pirate Fort. This is at the very top, and it's kind of an area that is more for relaxing. Encapsulated in this little boat right here, we have a plasma TV, so you're never too far away from sports or news or a good movie. Over here is another water slide for the kids. The one caveat is they have to get past this guy. He is very protective of his water slide. This is the cave. This is my favorite way to get down. As you can see, beware who enter here. Many have come in, few have gotten down. One of the reasons we made it is we needed a place for all the pirate loot, the extra stuff that we got, because the pirates need a place to hide their booty. This entire tunnel leads us right into the pirate bar.
And tucked away inside a cove is the bar area.
This is where all the drinks are served. This is a 7-inch, 2,000-pound solid piece of stone. All this stuff here was collected at different parts of the world. A lot of it's actually real pirate stuff, like old Caribbean stuff. These are all real old, authentic pirate keys. Some of the chests that you see around the property, these actually open. It's really nice to come floating in here on a mat or come in here and sit down and relax and watch people come down the water slide and just kind of take it all in. If you look down there, you can see a little cage. If you swim underneath there, it opens up into a secret grotto, and there's a fish tank in there. There's a lot of treasure here at Pirates Cove, but one of the most unique features, and one of my favorite, is this giant teeter-totter. It's a lot of fun because we're way up high, and you can really get going. It's kind of like being on a pirate ship, actually. It's crazy. You get to see the whole property. And if you're afraid of heights, you shouldn't be doing this because you're up here a ways. Every section of the house has been a pretty enormous expense because it's as far from a cookie cutter type project as you could possibly come by. So if you add up the entire backyard, the pirate ship, the water slide, you're looking upwards of $3 million easy. To sum up our backyard, it's a swashbuckling adventure.
Continuing our tour of these million-dollar outdoor spaces, we head to the Pacific Northwest to see one of the most expensive features in this outdoor recreation escape. This home located in Grants Pass, Oregon, features a pool that's beyond average. With a giant slide, a jacuzzi, and a 110,000-gallon pool, it's hard for this outdoor space not to stand out.
The whole idea of the pool itself is centered to the theme of the whole estate. This family is a fifth-generation logging family, and they were gold miners, too. The pool and the slide represents what would happen in the mountains in the logging camps. You know, 50, 100 years ago, they didn't have the big tractors or the things that you see on TV today. They had to slide the trees down the side of the mountain. So they'd create these log flumes. They'd fill them with water and take the cut or hewn tree, stick it in the flume, and it'd come racing down the side of the mountain and eventually splash into the river, which then they could move it off to the marketplace.
And this 100,000-gallon pool is 4 times the size of an average pool and cost in excess of $1 million to build.
We're under where the water falls in a little bit of a cavern where there's a multi-person jacuzzi. I'd say 10, maybe 12 people could get into this, and it actually looks like a gold mine. There's actually some cases of dynamite and old carvings and whatnot. You can take your jacuzzi along with one of the old miners that's carved into the wall. In the whole estate, as far as I can tell, this might be the only non-authentic tree. This is actually poured concrete around a steel infrastructure, and they put the arms out to be able to facilitate the swings both up here and the one below. But of all the logs in the property, this is one that gets the most activity.
But this outdoor haven wouldn't be complete if the owner didn't let their guests do some exploring on their own. So he built an underground tunnel that leads to another treasure in the backyard.
Let's take a walk into some of our secret passageways. There's 2 tunnels in the estate, and when you go into the tunnels, they're wild because they look really like mine shafts. You can see we have old mining lamps that are dot the wall as we come throughout the entire tunnel. I don't think we have anything to worry about any of these coming down or rotting out because this is actually carved concrete. And an old wheelbarrow and a pick. I think what the family wanted to do is they wanted to create a home where it was a centerpiece for the community and their kids' friends to come over and play here at the house. And then, thinking ahead, once children move on, what's the reason for them to come home? Well, this is a reason all by itself.
Eating and relaxing in style are the only things to do while hanging out at these luxury spaces.
I didn't want to have to go inside the house for anything, so we have a full kitchen outdoors.
You have a dishwasher outside.
To have your own masseuse here 24/7 is another part of the decadent lifestyle that the owner has here.
Eating and relaxing in style are the only things to do while hanging out in these luxury spaces. The next stop on our tour of these million-dollar outdoor spaces is Corona, California, to visit a backyard inspired by the rustic vistas of Italy. Hey, Amy, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. I'm Carter. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Owner and designer Amy Alvarez designed this Tuscan-style mansion that has 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. But friends and family spend most of their time in this million-dollar outdoor space. Wow, look at this. This is amazing. First off, look at that view.
Hands down, the $1 million space of my house is my backyard.
The amazing backyard has just about every feature you can imagine. A full-size kitchen, a fire pit, a pool with a slide, and an incredible